What's up, y'all? Advance here. Alright, so there's so much that I want to talk about this election. I've voiced a lot about it already, but the one topic that seems to come up is the economy and inflation. You know, so there's arguments going back and forth from both camps talking about who had the better economy. Was it Joe Biden or was it President Trump? Well, the true answer is neither. We actually had the best economy under Bill Clinton. Now I know what you're saying. No, that's not right, because the housing crisis happened as a result of Bill Clinton. Now, when he left office, we had a surplus. Now, of course, this was pre-9/11, pre-war in Afghanistan, pre-war in Iraq. Well, the second war in Iraq. Clinton, when Clinton left office, we had a surplus. And truth be told, that was probably the only reason why I wanted Hillary back in office, even though I wrote in Bernie Sanders. So if you saw the short that I did on why 50-50 is still a conversation, I talked about the economy and how it's changed over the last 20 to 30 years. At one point, you could buy a house for $30,000. You could rent an apartment for $400. Now, you'll be lucky if you find an apartment under $1,200, that is. Back in the day, if you made $30,000 a year, you was doing pretty good for yourself. Nowadays, $30,000 ain't shit. Hold on, I'm gonna really get y'all with this one. Gas prices was $1.70 a gallon, give or take. In fact, I remember bypassing certain gas stations, taking my chances because I considered $1.90 to be too expensive. Oh man, good times indeed. So now, I mean, back then, $20 could fill your tank. Matter of fact, you might have to go back in and get change. So when you sit here and you are doing camp shaming, you know, Republicans blaming Democrats, Democrats blaming Republicans. Let me put this in perspective for you. We went through 8 years of Bush, 8 years of Obama, 4 years of Trump, and 4 years of Biden. And all of the costs that I've told you about, that I've mentioned before in the first 2 minutes of this video, we have gotten here. Cost of living has grown exponentially. And you know, all of these MAGA Retrumplicans, you know, they gonna sit here and they gonna still say, well, it was because of Operation Rescue's fault. And the thing is, I'm not saying that it wasn't or that it didn't play a factor, but y'all gotta look at the bigger picture. What's the one thing that they like to hang their hat on when they talk about the economy and Donald Trump and versus the tax credit that Kamala Harris wants to give the middle class, and then the child tax, and then the first-time home buyers program. I mean, the first-time home buyers tax. They say, well, you didn't have more money in your pocket 4 years ago. Listen, me personally, the only increase that I got on my paycheck was my 3% raise. So, yeah, and that's going through both administrations. So, yeah, you're not gonna sell me on that. But let's look at the bigger picture. So they always say, didn't you have more money in your pocket when Trump was in office? There was what did they say? They said I can't remember the exact number, but I do remember, what was it, 13 or 1,700 new millionaires. They said, well, no, estimated numbers. They estimated that it was going to be 1,700 new millionaires daily, right? So 1,700 new millionaires a day over the next few years in 2016. Now, that number was an estimation. We might be over that number, we might be under that number, we might be way over that number. I'm not sure. I can't say, but I do know that the number of people that have come into money have significantly increased. Right? So, what happens when everybody has money? Inflation. Like, you know why? Because they all went and they all went into their rooms, right, left, red, blue, donkey, elephant, Democrat, Republican. They all went in there and said, these people are being smarter with their money. What can we do? Raise the prices on everything. Oh, okay, yeah, raise the prices on everything. Yeah, so the fact of the matter is that inflation is both parties' fault. It's everybody's fault. The Federal Reserve chair is the one that regulates the factors that affect inflation. Who appointed the current Federal Reserve chair? Donald Trump. Who reinstated the current Federal Reserve chair? Joe Biden. So please, miss me with all that who has the better economy BS. Like, no, both of y'all dropped the ball. Everybody dropped the ball, or maybe they dropped the ball on purpose. Because guess what? An expensive economy is a wealthy economy. Y'all dumbasses get some money in y'all pocket, and then you start getting snot and shit dribbling out of your nose and saying, Mr. Trump is good. Stop complaining, black man. It's a lot of money out here for everybody. All you got to do is just go get it. But y'all don't pay attention to the roadblocks that people are saying that they're running into when they try to get this money. And that right there is why there will never be a black conservative president, because he will never get the people on his side, or at least not the people that matter. Because every issue that comes up about the black community is always going to be dismissed as victimhood.